In the next 9 to 10 minutes, I'm going to show you 6 key steps that you can always use when your sales are down. These are the same 6 steps I always use when I'm trying to perform a turnaround or look at how to increase a business when it comes to their sales revenue. Let's get started. For the first step, we have to analyze what's working and what's not working. And there are some key questions that we're going to ask ourselves. In the last 30 to 90 days, what sold well? What didn't sell well? What particular offer generated more sales or converted better than other offers? Now, when it comes to relevant platforms, that could be marketplaces. So, for example, Temu has become very big in the African space, right? You have certain parts of Africa where Jumia is actually leaving the market because of the introduction or presence of Temu in that market with their aggressive marketing. Now, these new platforms, do you think you can sell your products on those new platforms? Now, it doesn't have to be Temu. It can be a small mom and pop store, or you looking for other partners that you can kind of become a drop ship supplier to them for. Those sort of things. Do these platforms exist? You have to do some research and look for them. Now, for step 2, I want you to run high converting ads. Now, you might argue step 2 with me, but I want you to understand the logic of what I'm calling a high converting ad. Now, a high converting ad might actually not be your most profitable ad. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you have an offer to sell 5 products at the price of $20, right? Good. Now, one product, you can sell it for $10. So that means ideally 5 should be $50, right? Good. But you're running an offer where you're selling that same 5 for $20. You've looked at the numbers, you've done your margin calculations, things like that. You're still making a healthy profit margin of at least 30 to 35% from the 5 products being sold at $20. Now, a lot of people will buy that versus buying one product at $10 or buying 5 products at $50, right? So it is your highest converting, or ideally it could be your highest converting ad or offer. It doesn't mean it is your most profitable offer. Now, the reason why this is very important is because once you know what your best offer is and you are sure that it is a profitable offer, you ideally want to push them, you want to push everybody towards that offer. You don't want to push them to the most profitable offer, because once they get to see your high converting ad or high converting offer, they will then patronize you. So what I want you to understand is the reason why you're running high converting ads is because every business is kind of set up like a bucket. Okay. Now, the people that have heard about your business, you want to assume that those people are towards the end of the bucket. Your job is to always fill the bucket with more people. Hence why you want to run your high converting ads. Hope you understand that logic. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly does a high converting ad look like? And they typically have 3 key things. The first thing is they have a strong offer. I've given you an example of 5 products for $20 versus 5 products for $50, or 1 product for $10, right? Good. That's the first thing. The second thing is the creative or the design being used is very strong. Now, when it comes to what the strong creative looks like, I have a few videos on this channel that talks about that. I'm not going to go into that. But what I want you to understand is one of the best performing ads are ads that have social proof. So customer reviews, user generated content where people are actually using your products and talking about your products. Those kind of ads typically work very well, especially when you combine them as a static and a video format. Now, last but not least, you want the whole checkout process to be as easy and as seamless as possible. Now, if you use a platform like Shopify for your business, they have this app called the Shop app. That is one of my best apps, because once a customer of yours has access to that Shop app or uses the Shop app, they never need to put in their details. They never need to put in their car details, house address, all those kind of things, because automatically Shopify through the Shop app would have that stored for them. So that checkout process is one of the most seamless. Is that correct? Yes. It's one of the most seamless checkout processes you would ever experience, both you as the business owner and also giving it to your customers. Now, for step 3, I want you to think of this as a very long-term play. And why I say that is because it's either you are going to join a community or you actually build a community for your business. Now, when you want to join a community, what you want to look for where your target customers typically spend their time. I'll give you a very good example. Let's say you sell products for newborn mothers. Sorry, new mothers that just gave birth, right? Newborn mothers. Anyways, hope you understand what I meant. Now, imagine you sell maybe kids' clothes, whatever it might be. You would want to be in Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, all those kind of communities where they teach or show new mothers how to take care of their babies. You are the perfect person to be in that group. Now, when you're in that group or whichever group you decide to join, I beg of you, do not be solely focused on selling. Provide more value than you expect to turn into sales. And trust me, this would help you in the long term. The beauty of mothers is most times, if they give birth to one child, they will probably give birth to another child. Even if they don't give birth to another child, they're going to meet another woman that is going to go through that same motherly experience or childbirth experience. And you want somebody to advocate for you at that key moment. Now, this is not just for mothers and people that sell products for kids and all of that. It can work across any industry. Now, if you find yourself in an interesting spot where there's actually no community for you to join, guess what? That means you get to be the one to build that community. Again, like I said, remember, this is a long process. This is a long-term approach. Don't think of this that, oh, I'm going to create this community and start making money the next day. It never works like that. People would smell your greed and they will run away from you. Now, with step 4, this is something that you should have automated. Now, a lot of you don't automate this, but ideally, as soon as you can, make sure you get it automated, which is ask for customer reviews. Okay? It's very simple, very straightforward, but sadly, a lot of people do not do it. And after watching this video, I hope you will not be one of those people again, right? But learn to ask for customer reviews. Depending on the platform you use for your online store, there are ways where you can set up reminders or set up follow-up messages to get customers to give you reviews. Yes, it might be a paid app or something like that, but trust me, it helps you in the long run. Now, why does it help you in the long run? Majority of the time, people that have bought from you before, ideally, are willing, excited, and ready to buy from you again. So if I remind you that, oh, you remember you bought this product, what was your experience like? And thankfully you had a good experience, the chances are they will buy it again when they see your message. Now, when you're asking for the review, also try to include other products that they can buy. Ideally, complementary or similar products. Now, for the 5th one, this is something that a lot of people actually don't know you can do. And I've done it quite a few times, and I've helped a lot of businesses do it as well. You want to look for a B2B offer that you can offer to businesses. Most times, these B2B offers are you selling your products in bulk at a discounted rate. And I'll give you an example. Let's say I sell this particular blue light protection glasses, right? Nothing is stopping me from going to look for an optician. Going to look for an optician and then working with them and selling 50 of these pieces at a discounted rate. Now, why would an optician want to buy glasses from me? It's because they can offer it as a freebie to their customers or even offer it as a discounted rate to get the customers to use one of their other services. You see how it relates, and it works for all sorts of businesses. Now, I must warn you, it is time consuming. You might solely leave your core business just to focus on this one, which is fine. But you need to understand that means you are transitioning to now become B2B instead of B2C, and understand the difference and whether you are willing to make those sacrifices. Now, within these businesses, I want you to look for the people in finance, the people in operations, or the people in procurement. Those are the 3 key places or 3 key departments that make the purchasing or buying decision for your products when it comes to B2B offers. Now, for the final step, you are going to repeat this every 60 to 90 days. Now, the reason why I'm asking you to repeat this is because maybe when you took this exercise the first time, you did not do step 3. So you did not join or build a community because there was no community there and you did not want to build your own, right? This time around, after another 60 to 90 days, a possible solution or a possible community might arise, right? Or let's say you had a B2B offer, but you couldn't sell it. Within 60 to 90 days, you can now find a business that is willing to listen to your offer, especially when it's Q3, Q4 period, around the end of year party season. Now, Something just came to mind. Look for businesses that sell products that are similar to the products you sell. I'll give you a very good example. When you go into a pharmacy, right? Have you noticed that they've started to sell soaps? They started to sell skincare products. They started to sell all sorts of weird things in the pharmacy these days. Now, I'm not saying you should go to pharmacies and try to sell whatever it is you sell or whatever product you sell, but just think of businesses that are offering similar services that you can also begin to provide your products for, that sort of thing. Okay. Now, if you want to watch another video, I suggest this one, because in this particular video, I actually talk about how people waste money on ads and what they need to start doing to stop wasting money on those ads. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.